Rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I will say rejoice. Philippians chapter 4, verse 4. The fact that this is a command means that it is something that we can choose. It's easy to rejoice when everything is going our way, but it's a completely different matter when we face troubled times. In those times, we can pray and ask the Lord to do a work of grace in our hearts so that even though we are facing difficulties, we can still rejoice. And when we fail to rejoice, rather than rationalizing our inability to do God's will, aka sin, we can ask for God's forgiveness, restoration, and continued work in our lives. Sometimes in the most difficult of circumstances, we can remind ourselves that we have the forgiveness of sins and that our lives are in the Lord's hands. When we have the forgiveness of sins, we have with it, as Luther says, life and salvation. And when we know that our lives are in the Lord's hands, we know that He will always have the final word. We know that He will bring good out of what we are walking through, either in this life or in the life to come. Given these two truths, we can, by God's grace, rejoice in the Lord always. Press on in the Lord.